Hello there, my beautiful Aries signs. This is Rachael with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's video is going to be all about you, Aries, what your current energy is and what's happening for you. Now, there's a lot of swords in your energy. So I pull a traditional Celtic cross spread, which is usually about like 10 cards, and then a couple bonus cards if they fall out or fly out, just because those are kind of additional messages or clarifiers for your energy and what's happening for you. But for a lot of you, there's definitely something about truth that's very important at this time. It's either being honest with yourself, being honest with other people, or both. The song that I was guided to meditate to when I tap into your energy, this is intuitively through my crown chakra and my third eye chakra, when I kind of connect with you, Aries, or whoever's watching this video. If you're a cross watcher, whoever's in this energy field. The song was Bad Liar by Imagine Dragons, so you might want to go listen to that song and those lyrics. It's very inspiring, and that the singer, the lyricist, has definitely been going through an ascension and awakening process, because you don't get that sort of wisdom without going through a dark night of the soul or an ego death. So definitely something there. But right now, Aries, in your energy, your first vibe is the situation is like you have a lot of options. Maybe you've been in sort of a manifestation mode. It's the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups usually have to do with a lot of choices. This is typically a card that's tied to emotion because of the Cups energy, but you're being crossed by the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is very much so a card that has to do with having an honest adult conversation, or an opportunity for truth. And the truth is the highest vibration, Aries. This is like electromagnetically, scientifically proven. So the Ace of Swords energy is all about standing in your truth. It's divinely guided truth. So it's like, intuitively what this is about. So I don't have to get, overly specific, because this is a general reading, but I do feel like you internally know what it is I'm referring to. Now, the Star card is in your basis of the situation. This could be like you're dealing with Aquarius. Possibly you have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, or something happened in Aquarian time that's maybe coming full circle at this moment as well. But this card also has a lot to do with healing. This is a wish granted card as well. So if you've been manifesting something, I do feel like it's coming to fruition, but I'm not sensing that it's exactly how you had planned it. Maybe the timing's off, or the situation is off. It's like you wanted this, you asked for this, you prayed for this. Maybe you finally got it and you're like, wow, that's not what I thought it would be. This is kind of a silly example, but when I was younger, I prayed for like a trampoline. I was like, oh man, I want a trampoline. All the kids in the neighborhood had a trampoline. I thought, that would like solve all my problems, and it was so fancy, and everybody else had one, and I prayed and prayed and wished, and somehow, some miracle, it was granted. And it wasn't too long after that I broke my ankle and had to have ankle surgery so I could be able to walk. But it was like the bittersweet gift of having my manifestation come true. It's like it doesn't always happen in the way that you maybe imagined it would, or I don't know. Everything happens for purpose and intention, and we may not even understand or see it until way later. But yeah, I still have a screw in my ankle thanks to the trampoline that I wished and dreamed for. But life goes on. It's just a lesson about manifesting, I suppose, and what to ask for. And think of spirit or God or whatever you want to envision it as in manifesting, as something like that's not necessarily material, because it's like when you ask for things, it's not like Santa. Things aren't just gonna poof themselves under a tree or whatever it is you believe in. And sometimes if they do, it has a almost like a catch-22 that comes with stuff like that if it's not really meant for you. Now, the past situation I have for you, Aries, to get back to the tarot, because I'm on a tangent here, is the Knight of Swords energy. This one flew out as well, the Queen of Swords. So it's like, it's a transition that you're going through mentally, because the swords are all about air. So like the Knight of Swords transitions into the Queen of Swords energy. Knight of Swords is a quick moving energy. So it's like you've made some mental choice or some perspective change, and you're transitioning from a little more like from this like immature into this more mature thought process. So maybe you see how your manifestations or your choices lead you down a certain path, and I do feel like you're aware now, or becoming more aware of how that's affecting you. Now, the next card I have that's your present energy is the Hanged Man, which is like you're seeing something differently. You're seeing things more clearly. Something's dawning on you. This is a card of enlightenment because, you know, this guy's head is illuminated as he's seeing something from a different angle or a different perspective. But the Emperor card flew out as well, which, you know, there's a lot of major arcana in your energy with the Star and the Emperor and the Hanged Man. So this is like major shifts and changes happening for you, Aries. But with this Hanged Man and the Emperor card, I feel like Spirit is really asking you and guiding you to like step up. The Emperor is like the masculine energy. It's the boss energy. It's the yang energy of like, let's put your big boy pants on and get this done. So I'm not sure what it is exactly that you're doing, but I do feel like it's like, all right, here's your chance, and let's take advantage of it, because you have the Nine of Cups in your near future, which is like your wishes granted. So if you've maybe been waiting for an offer of love, maybe you've been waiting for a job opportunity or moving into a house or something like that, I do feel like you're getting your wish. It's granted, but it's like not exactly in the way that you imagined it. And the Queen of Pentacles is here clarifying this Nine of Cups energy, and that is like, save your pennies, because I do feel like there's going to be other things financially that maybe pop up out of nowhere that like are added expenses. So you're going to have to kind of like remain calm and cool in this like saver mode energy, or in this like really reserved mindset, because I feel like it's like I don't know, I feel like there's just a lot of surprises with this like wish come true, with this healing energy. You're getting what you wanted, but it's not exactly how you envisioned it to be. Now, what's in your control in this situation? What's your power right now, Aries, is the Four of Swords, which is about resting, recovery, reflecting, healing, contemplation. So it's like, how did I get to this point? Where can I go from here? How do I move forward? Like, is it worth it? There's all these kind of questions going on in your head, and Spirit really wants you to dive in. Meditate probably is a good idea. If you're like, oh, I hate meditation, I can't sit still for that long. Okay. Dive into something that gets you into like a Zen mode or into a flow mode. Maybe that's writing. Maybe that's reading. Maybe that's playing music. There's a lot of things that can get us into a gamma brainwave frequency that we do daily without even realizing it at all. Like driving. That's a great way. Sometimes when you're even like mindlessly driving, you're in that zone and you don't even know it. Now, the people around you see you as like planning. They see you as making a choice and having this like trajectory. So the Two of Wands is about a portal, a new opportunity, making a plan for the future. So I do think people see like the choice that you're making is going to be big. It's a big deal. Now, the hopes and fears for you is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the juice worth the squeeze card. Is this going to be worth it? And that's what you're asking yourself right now, Aries. You're like, is all this stuff worth it? Is all this change worth it? Is all of this, everything that I've been working on, is it worth it? That's for you to decide. It's not really a yes or a no that I can give you. It's going to be about if you can be honest with yourself, because the outcome here is the King of Swords. So like, are you being truthful? Are you being honest? And not only with yourself, but with others. So the truth is the highest energetic vibration, even higher and more powerful than that of love. So the truth is the light. The truth always wins. Let the truth be your sword and your shield, but also make sure you're being truthful to yourself, because it's really easy. I was just watching some TikTok. It was like, it's really easy to lie to yourself. And when you start to lie to yourself, that's really when you give yourself permission to lie to other people. So if you've been lying to yourself, Aries, come back to reality, come back to yourself, come back to your truth, and make sure you go listen to that Bad Liar song, because I do feel like I feel like the bad liar is like you lying to yourself about something or someone that's not serving you. And maybe it hasn't for quite some time, but sometimes that's hard to take off the rose-colored glasses we wear for a person or for a situation, because we're hopeful for the future when it comes to an opportunity or potential. And we might find that we delude ourselves into believing something that's not true. But I do feel like the Hanged Man, you're getting clarity and you're moving out of an old mindset, and you're metamorphosizing. This is great energy, Aries. All right, I am done with the tarot. If that's all you wanted to hear, that's all I have when it comes to the Celtic cross spread. I'm going to dive into a bunch of oracle cards and other divination cards that I have. There's about 10 decks that I pull from to get some like cohesive messages and just some assistance and guidance from my spirit guides and your spirit guides that are helping relay these intuitively guided messages through me. We are all connected because we are all energetic beings, and energy is interwoven like the internet. That's kind of how I like to put it in layman's terms. So we are all connected, whether we want to be or not. We are. Now, if you're interested in a one-on-one coaching session, please feel free to reach out or book online with me. I just updated the website, so you can do that on there if you're interested in that, Aries. It's like $36 a session at the moment, so make sure you check that out. Or if you're not sure where you need help with, we can do just a regular consultation, just our first consultation, and I can help guide you and decide what it is you need to focus on to get you on track and get you aligned. I don't really consider myself a guru. I just consider myself more of a guide to help you ascend, because sometimes we don't know all the answers and we need a little assistance. And that's basically why I'm here and why I started this channel. So hopefully this video helps. If it does, please smash that like button because it helps my channel grow and I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's dive in. Oh wait, I almost forgot the I Ching. Well, let's do the I Ching first. This isn't how you traditionally pull the I Ching cards, but I'm going to pull them. Now, the I Ching are actually in a roundabout way tied to the gene keys. And if you don't know what the gene keys are, make sure you look that up. I think it's Robert Rudd that wrote the Gene Keys book, and he kind of cracked the code on the I Ching. So that's kind of a cool thing. These are like life lessons that help us identify why we're here, what we're going through, and what the purpose is. Now you have number 30. That might be a significant angel number, so check that out. It says clarity. Constancy bears fruit. Creating success and raising female cattle is good fortune. Nurture your capacity to see and nourish new insights. Flashes of meaning bring clarity and lasting awareness, enabling you to see the signs and messages all around you. Female cattle represent the reserves of strength that sustain mindfulness, along with a quiet willingness for that power to be used and guided. What do you see? What does it mean? And how can you nourish and sustain a high level of awareness? So cows might be a significant message for you, some of you. You have the Creator here, which is an interesting card. This is kind of like a co-create with the universe to try to transmute your pain from your past, your trauma, your life lessons, those sorts of things, whatever it is you're going through, trying to put this into something tangible to help someone else. The greatest artists like Picasso or Vincent van Gogh, they've used all of their life force to try to transmute past pain, and they've really put it into their art forms, and that's why they're famous, basically, even if they're deemed crazy or out there. It's like that creativity that makes you unique is out of the box, and that's what draws people in. Now, I also saw in your subconscious energy, I forgot about this one, you have the Five of Pentacles. So maybe you've been feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you feel like somebody isn't seeing you clearly, Aries, or isn't like getting you or understanding you. that's okay. I don't feel like that's going to help you along your path. So sometimes you just have to let people go or situations go where you're not feeling seen, where you're not feeling heard, because you have nothing will come of the situation. The void of course moon. Now, when I read this, I was like, void of course. It's just like such a weird statement. I'm thinking like void off course, but that's not what the card says. So maybe spirit is trying to guide you back on course, because this person, the situation, whoever's making you feel left out in the cold, they're not part of your long-term plan. It's just a temporary little blip. Now, you also have the butterfly card, which is about metamorphosizing, and you have the between worlds card. So this is like shedding the old skin. So it's like you're stuck somewhere in between. You're going from this caterpillar to the butterfly, and it's a transitional process that occurs when we go through enlightenment, when we go through a dark night of the soul, and just when we gain wisdom and learn from our past experiences. It says, expect change, transformation, joy, elation, and growth in your life. Now, if you've been seeing the number 5 a lot, that is a very symbolic numerological number of change. So that might be a message for you. This one is, I am strong. But on the back of the card, that's really what's drawing me right now, Aries. Something about Cat's Cradle, that game that kids used to play with a string. That might be a significant message. I just heard that Cat's Cradle song. I can't think of what it's called. Like the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Something, something, something. The man on the moon. You might want to go check that song out. I'm butchering the lyrics, obviously, but that might be significant for some of you. Now, the life lesson at this time, or one of the challenges when it comes to love, is kindness. Showing kindness, maintaining kindness, Aries, especially when you're going through something that's a major change that causes a lot of conflict and chaos in your life. Being kind is sometimes hard to sit in. It says you are a humanitarian, made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. Even if it's something simple, like a wave hello, a smile, whatever, like try to do it. I mean, not like, don't force yourself to do anything you're not comfortable with, but just having that self-awareness that you're not alone in this world, that you're not, left out in the cold all the time, I think is very important. Ooh, you had the death card under there. Yeah, some of you are definitely going through a dark night of the soul. Very, very. And you had the 5 of Swords under that. Oh gosh, 2 5s. Okay, change, dark night of the soul. Definitely shifting. Now this card is about your third eye intuition. It says act. Use your intuition to back up your logical thought. Are there 2 distinct and equally attractive pathways? Sit and consider where you feel where your gut leads you. Now this is tied to your third eye chakra as well. You have faith. This is about keeping the faith, especially in times of conflict and chaos, but working on and healing and opening your third eye chakra is going to help you, because the third eye ties to like your clairs, your claircognizance, your clairsentience, your clairvoyance. And if you're like, what are those things? I don't know what they are. Go check out my videos. I have videos all about chakras, all about the clairs. Those were kind of like the first videos I ever made on here. So they're probably I probably should redo them, but one of these days. But basically it's a layman's version of what your clairs are. And it kind of just explains the basic processes of our electromagnetic field in certain points of our bodies that are basically very important and vital energy centers that run along our spine that every human being has. So yeah, go check out that video. And then I think that's all I have for you today, Aries. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, please again smash that like button. It helps my channel grow and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for doing the inner work and the self-help and the self-healing. If you weren't, you wouldn't be watching this video. So I just want to thank you for making it this far. Again, if you're interested in a one-on-one coaching session, please feel free to reach out. If you're interested in a personalized tarot reading, I can do that as well. But yeah, I will see you next time.